competition, you can just feel the edge.
Goes through the challenger card as well. Guimarães. Junior, last seconds of the half now.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans around the world, what we witnessed in East Rutherford, New Jersey was not just a football match, it was the end of an era. Brazil, 5-time world champions, the most decorated nation in the history of this beautiful game, walked into MetLife Stadium as favorites against a Norwegian side that had never, not once in its entire history, reached the quarterfinals of a World Cup. 90 minutes later, the Selecao were on a plane home, and one of the greatest players the sport has ever produced was in tears, telling the world it was over. Let's break down exactly how this stunning upset unfolded. Norway came into this tournament carrying one man on his shoulders, and that man delivered the performance of his life. Erling Haaland, already sitting on 5 goals for the tournament, needed just one half to turn this match into his personal coronation. Brazil had chances. They had spells of control, but football is a cruel game, and it punishes hesitation. Bruno Guimarães stepped up to a golden opportunity from the penalty spot early in the game, a moment that could have changed everything, and goalkeeper Nyland produced a save that will be replayed for years. That miss did not just cost Brazil a goal, it cost them belief. Sensing the crack, Haaland struck, not once but twice in the second half. Clinical, ruthless, unstoppable. 2 goals that will be remembered as the moment Norwegian football rewrote its own history books. This was Norway's first ever World Cup quarterfinal appearance, and they earned it by doing something no one predicted, silencing the Brazilian machine on the biggest stage in the sport. But here is where the story turns from a shocking scoreline into something far more emotional. With the clock running down and Brazil chasing a miracle, 34-year-old Neymar, who had battled fitness issues throughout this tournament and made just 2 brief appearances, was given one final chance, a penalty in stoppage time. He stepped up, and with the weight of a nation and the weight of his entire career on his shoulders, he buried it. A moment of pure class in the middle of Brazilian heartbreak. But it was too little too late. The final whistle blew. Norway had done it. Brazil, 5-time champions, were out in the round of 16, their earliest World Cup exit in 36 years. And then came the moment that shook the football world even harder than the scoreline itself. Neymar, visibly emotional, tears streaming down his face, stood in front of the cameras and delivered words that instantly became historic. He said, and I quote his exact sentiment, that his journey with the national team began at this very stadium, and now it was finishing at this very stadium. It is over, he said. Just like that, one of the most electrifying, most talked about, most controversial careers in the history of Brazilian football came to a close. Not with a trophy lift, but with tears on a July afternoon in New Jersey. Think about what this man accomplished. He walks away as Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer, surpassing the legendary Pelé himself. 80 goals, 130 caps, 16 years of wearing that famous yellow jersey through Olympic gold in Rio, through World Cups in Brazil, Russia, Qatar, and now the United States. Through injuries, through criticism, through moments of brilliance that lit up stadiums across the globe. And yet, the one prize that mattered most, a World Cup title, always slipped through his fingers. Reaction from the football world was instant. Legends like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Thierry Henry paid tribute to a career that redefined flair and skill on the world stage. But make no mistake, not everyone was sympathetic. Critics online were quick to pounce, some calling out what they saw as tears for a career that never quite delivered on its earliest promise. Love him or doubt him, nobody can deny the impact Neymar had on this sport for over a decade and a half. So where does this leave Brazil? Head coach Carlo Ancelotti was blunt in his press conference, admitting the pain of this result while calling for patience with the next generation of Brazilian talent waiting in the wings. This is officially the end of an era for the Selecao. A transition period is beginning right now, live, in real time, in front of a devastated fan base. And where does this leave Norway? They move on to a quarterfinal against the winner of England and Mexico, chasing a dream that felt impossible just one tournament ago. Erling Haaland, the man who single-handedly dismantled a football giant, now has his sights set on something even bigger. One match, two legendary storylines colliding, a record-breaking hero rising, and a legend walking away in tears. This, football fans, is why the World Cup breaks hearts and creates history in the very same 90 minutes. Make sure you are subscribed because the road to the final just got a whole lot more dramatic.